Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to TPP Strike Zone. I am your host, Christopher Billings, alongside with my broadcast partner, Wes Steele. And ladies and gentlemen, we are drawing closer and closer to TPP Reckoning.
That's right, and I'm really excited to be here tonight. I mean, I'm always excited to be here, but this is a big night. This is we're getting really close to Reckoning. This is going to be a pivotal point, going into the pay-per-view.
Exactly, and last night on Frontline, we found out that Scythe will be facing Adam D. Whitmore for the TPP Championship at Reckoning due to an aided assist by Bryson getting Cerberus counted out. That in itself was just crazy, but looks like Jordan Moore's coming down to the ring, paying us a visit tonight.
I like it. I'm always excited when he shows up, and with the big splash that he made coming back in, it's always good to see him walking down here, but I'm really excited to see what he's got to say tonight.
Exactly, and the big thing is last night on Frontline, when Jordan Moore got put in that match against Bryson, and Bryson got himself disqualified, Jordan shot right back to his feet and shoved him, like he clean shoved Bryson right out of the ring.
Clear out of the ring, that's right. It looked like it didn't phase him. I don't know, it's adrenaline pumping or something, but it'll be interesting to see what he's got to say here right now.
Alright, listen here, you little twerp. Now, I know that you've been around here a little bit. I know you're getting sort of a big head in your shoulders and everything, and you think you're part of TCO. Let me tell you, this is not the same TCO as it was when I was around here. And trust me, right now, I feel for you. But believe me when I say, even Die Hard hits harder with a chair than you do. That chair shot, that was weak. And I've seen Die Hard throw out his back trying to pick up a donut in the back. Now listen to me. Like I said, I feel for you, and I know where you're coming from. I was in a similar position a while back, but trust me when I say you need to get yourself out. He's going to turn his back on you just like he always does, and history repeats itself. That's a proven fact. He's going to leave you in the dust. He's going to leave you behind, just like he did me, just like he does to everyone at some point or another. Get yourself out of TCO while you can, and really, this wasn't a bad match. You've got some talent, and I do have some respect for you. But that lost all respect that I had for you. You've got nothing going for you right now. You think TCO is going to carry you, and you need to be able to carry yourself. Get yourself on your own 2 feet, and get out of TCO. Now, as it goes for you, Die Hard, I am coming for you. You can throw all your little bodyguards, you can throw all your little thugs and all your heavies that you can at me, and I'm still going to keep coming. You think you're going to send somebody out here and have them try to beat up on me for a little bit and hit me with a chair? Really? That's the best you've got right now? Come on. You know me better than that. I'm going to keep coming. I'm going to come for you. I want you. I want you in a match, and I'm going to get it. One way or another, I'm going to get it, just like I'm going to get my title back. Trust me.
Oh, big words from Jordan Moore, laying down the gauntlet, telling Bryson he's a punk, and telling Die Hard that he's coming for him.
Yeah, those are strong words, and I don't really see Die Hard getting back in the ring. It could happen. Anything's possible, especially here in TPP. But it'll be interesting to see how Die Hard reacts to that. It'll be interesting going forward.
Yeah, exactly. And like you said, the likelihood of seeing Die Hard in the ring is very slim. I mean, we've seen him get into the ring, a couple of times since his retirement, but it's never been, to a major extent. And I don't know if Die Hard would really want to get back into the ring with Jordan. I guess for Die Hard, it's a matter of pride, and Jordan has the leg up on that one. But,
sure. And to Jordan's point, Die Hard has not been the since that match. He put him in the hospital. He put him away. This is, to see Die Hard get back in the ring would not only be, unheard of, especially to people around here, but that would be, almost uncalled for on Die Hard's part.
Exactly, and we're getting ready for some adrenaline weight class division matches. Masuma is getting ready to wrestle against Victor Yosef, and that's going to be, I think this is going to be a pretty intense matchup.
Yeah, and I'm a big fan of both of these competitors here tonight. I've seen a little bit of Victor. I've seen a lot of Misima on the Independence. this will be an interesting match, to say the least.
Exactly, and like we've been talking about recently with Victor, it's not that he's a couple of bricks short of a full stack, but he's a little bit out there. He's got a different kind of look and a kind of careless type attitude.
I mean, just the way he holds himself, the swagger that he's got coming down to the ring, the way that he presents himself, both in and outside the ring. He's kind of a creepy dude.
He is a very creepy dude. And a lot of people kind of joke about the Mad Hatter kind of hat he's got going on, but he's kind of like a Dr. Jekyll and Hyde, all in one.
Yeah, and it's an interesting combination. You can see the calm, cool collectedness of when he's, the calculated, moves. Everything that he does there's a reason for it. But then there's still that wild, unpredictable side, and he really can take advantage of a situation, take control of a match, and put people away.
Exactly, and with Misuma, like you were saying, we've seen a lot of him on the independent circuit. Right. And we've seen a lot of him in our training facility, but he's got a lot of experience. And as you saw, I'm not sure if he intentionally missed with that side kick that he was doing on the ground there, that spinning wheel ground kick, or spinning leg trip, excuse me. But he's got a lot of experience in the ring. He's very, very, very experienced, and so it's kind of a mind game for Misuma. He's waiting for his opponent to make that big mistake.
For sure, and I mean, you saw just a moment ago Victor going straight for one, even though it was a short count, sort of putting it in the mind of Misuma that he is here to win. Now Misuma, with the cover of his own, has him down for a 1 count. You're not going to put Victor away that easily.
Exactly, and look at the flurry of head kicks. Those were standing head kicks, and then a big running knee to the small of the back, and moves like that. Like we've said before, these guys aren't as big, so they don't have as much, sting or oomph to them as what, somebody like Jordan Moore, doing that. But they still, especially in this capacity with 2 smaller men, it's got that impact to it.
For sure, and like you said, again, to your point, there's not a whole lot of power behind those, and Yusuf with another pin here. There's not a whole lot of power to those, but there is that little bite. There's a little bit of sting to it. It definitely makes an impact.
Oh yeah, and this has been a very hotly contested match thus far in it, and it's not even that old in the match. It's still relatively young in this matchup, and Misuma wildly kicking there, missed with a couple of them, catches Victor with a modified Hurricane Rana, and now Victor going to the top rope, jumping off, missed with that flying cross body as Victor Yosef there going for the cover 1, 2, and a 2 count. And that cross body may have been a big mistake for Misuma.
Right, and there is a little bit of an uncontrolled, wild side to Misuma, just sort of throwing everything out there and hoping for the best. And in the end of it, that could be the fall of Misuma. Like we said earlier, Victor is very calculated in a lot of things that he does. He everything he does, you can tell was, it's preconceived. It was all thought about. He's very precise in all of his actions. Misuma a little bit more wild, throwing everything out there and hoping for the best. And that's not always a bad thing.
As you saw that big backhand chop, another 2 count for Misuma as Victor is getting some breathing, but Misuma going to give chase. And big trip, taking a hard spill to the outside. And as experienced as Misuma may be, that was a very rookie mistake on his part.
It was, and just again taking advantage of a situation. You saw Yusuf there, just he's sort of outplaying Misuma a little bit there on the outside.
Exactly, and now Victor's looking to, we saw him do this last night on Frontline, shades of what we see Mark Lester do with this kind of like a leg. It's like a head single leg Boston crab, and
yeah, I'm not sure what to call that. I'm not sure how to call it that, but. There's something about it. I don't know what I'd call that.
Well, I think the technical term for it, they've called it before, was the stretch muffler.
Right.
But I don't know if that name really fits it. I mean, that's pure strength, unmitigated strength.
Look at this pin.
Using the ropes as leverage. That's what he's using the ropes for, leverage. And Misuma catches him. a elbow to the ribs and then a knuckle to the back of the head. That doesn't do you any favors. That definitely doesn't feel good. Wait a second.
Big kicks here from Misuma.
And Misuma, he's set. Ooh, big head kick there.
I'm not sure I agree with that. I would have gone for a pin immediately after that big kick to the head.
Exactly. I think that that kick might have stunned Victor Yosef just long enough. And a big missed drop kick from Victor there, allowing Misuma to capitalize with that running, flipping arm drag into the cover. 1, 2, and a 2 count as this matchup continues.
Yeah, and these like I've said, and I'll say it a million times, these are both very, very well experienced competitors that I'm not sure they know each other's moves as well as they'd like to, but they are more than equipped to take whatever's thrown at them.
Exactly. Now Victor sending Misuma into the corner the hard way, but Misuma counters, runs in, missed with that. You got to believe he's going for that running kick to run up his chest, and instead he eats a boot right to the skull.
Yeah, and Yosef again, he is very good at taking advantage of every situation. Another hard whip into the corner, and Misuma turns it around on him a little bit. But Victor always finds a way to try to take advantage of every single situation that's put in front of him. You saw with that big boot off the ropes, and he's very good at trying to turn stuff around on people.
Well, now Masuma's got that Dragon Sleeper locked in, but Victor Yosef using his knees to get himself out of that predicament, and that is very wise of him to do that. And now a quick snap suplex from Victor Yosef as Yosef just kind of going to town on Misuma, and you, like you said earlier, I believe that Misuma is getting outplayed right now by Victor Yosef.
Yeah, and that's and I'm not at all surprised to see that. Not to say that Misuma is not a worthy opponent, but there is just that controlled, almost psychotic attitude of Yosef to be able to plan out exactly what he wants to do, but still have the effect of what just sort of happened, kind of thing.
Exactly, and now Misuma, big kick right to the bridge of the nose there, and big standing side kick. That'll definitely knock you into next week, into the cover here. 1, 2, and a 2 count for Misuma. And the longer this matchup goes, you wonder who it benefits more in this predicament. Because Misuma wants to pick up the win, but Victor Yosef wants to continue to be undefeated here in TPP.
For sure, and I would not be surprised to see either one of these competitors win here. Yosef, like you said, is undefeated and up until this point. But it would be a huge, and I'm not sure I'd say upset, but it would be a huge win for Misuma here to knock him off.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. And you got to believe that management is looking very closely at the adrenaline matches that we've had, because they need to figure out who they feel would deserve title opportunity at Reckoning. And I gotta believe that management thinks that Victor might be a good fit for it, because technically he's undefeated right now.
For sure.
And look at the strength here. This is strength.
Oh, the stalling suplex with the squats. That's nothing about that's easy. The huge drop. That's nothing about that feels good.
Exactly, and now Victor Yosef into the cover here. 1, 2. Not even a full 2 count. Misuma was able to get his shoulder off the mat there, but Victor Yosef responds with a series of punches to the side of the head, the body, and then the back.
For sure, and it looks like he is setting up for something big here. And if Masuma's going to get back in this, he really needs to take advantage of a situation that he can, get back into his own control right now.
And the inverted backbreaker, and what's coming up next? The pile driver, a jumping spike pile driver, a move that should be banned from wrestling, dropping your opponent right on the top of their skull. That could break your neck if you wham the wrong way.
It really could. And that was brutal to see, and I'm assuming he's going to pin off of that.
Oh no, he's setting it up again here.
2? No, that's not necessary. Come on. Oh, that move shouldn't even be allowed, much less twice in a row. That Misuma can't be getting up from that.
And that's the 3 count. And Misuma, after that first one, I'm almost 100% sure that it was over. I don't think that Masuma was going to kick out of that, but apparently Victor Yosef felt that one wasn't enough.
Right. Yeah, I don't. That, like you said, that move shouldn't even be allowed, much less, just. And now he's going back. This is not needed.
Exactly. There's no need for this, Victor. None at all. You won the match. You had it won after the first pile driver, and then you do an additional one, and that just, ladies and gentlemen, I do apologize, but we have to take a quick commercial break, and Masuma's being attended to by our medical personnel. So, like I said, we have to take a quick commercial break, and we will be back momentarily. Hi, I'm Christopher Billings, the voice of the Power Plant. What is it that the Power Plant offers that no other company offers? A state-of-the-art training facility where wrestlers can utilize their many gifts and many talents to truly evolve and practice and hone their skills, which can then bring them onto a main show roster. But it doesn't come easy. These are trained professional athletes, and the risks are very real. So from everybody in the Power Plant, please do not attempt this at home. Do not attempt this in your backyard on a trampoline. And remember, watching TPP Frontline, it is a lifestyle choice. And we're back here, ladies and gentlemen, and during the break, Masuma, luckily was able to walk out under his own strength, so that's good.
I'm not sure I'd call that walking out. The medical team was able to scrape him off the mat, but other than that, I guess he made it out of the arena.
That is very true, and right now we've got Sage facing a debuting TPP superstar.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see this. And I said it last week, I'll say it again, I'm a huge fan of Sage. I'm excited to see his opponent here tonight too, but I'm a big Sage fan.
Well, the thing that gets me about, because it was like an 11th hour kind of, I don't know how to really word it, but last night on Frontline, we were, it was Nick Virtue versus Jerry Graham, and this young man, Ryan Cavallari, decides he's going to come down to, ringside. And he just sits next to, for the conclusion of the match, he sits next to the announcer's table. And then him and Nick Virtue lock eyes at the end of their match. And then, this morning I was checking, my staff emails, and I find out Ryan Cavallari has a contract in the Power Plant. I was like, what's going on here? I was like, I'm kept in the light of when things are happening, but they're keeping me in the dark and everything. And it's making me look like a fool as I'm doing commentary here, because I don't know who's showing up and who isn't.
Oh, you always look like a fool. That's nothing new.
Well, with Ryan Cavallari, there's a lot of heated history between him and Nick Virtue. A lot of professional, what's the word I'm looking for here? There's a lot of professional jealousy between the two of them. They both are they want to steal the show, and
right.
For them it's always a one-upsmanship. And so for Ryan Cavallari, especially for Sage tonight, this is a big match for Sage, because if he can beat Ryan Cavallari, I can only imagine, the contract details for Cavallari. But if Sage can knock off Cavallari tonight, you got to believe that put Sage in a good, management-wise position of getting some type of title opportunity in the near future.
Oh, for sure. This is the big match either way. And neither way would be any kind of an upset. But this is a big match for both competitors.
Oh yeah, and as you see, Sage being the aggressor, right from the get-go, and that's good to be the aggressor right away, because Ryan Cavallari, he's got an amazing ability to take so much damage, and he can continuously get back to his feet and keep going. And as you saw, Sage completely missed on that shoulder tackle as Cavallari was able to kind of sidestep it a little bit there.
Yeah, and now you'll see Cavallari capitalize on that. That again, this is something that he's very good at, is taking advantage of others' mistakes and turning it around to benefit him.
And the look of Ryan Cavallari, so unique. He's there's not many wrestlers that rock short blonde hair or kind of shoulder length blonde hair, but nobody pulls it off quite like Ryan Cavallari.
Yeah, I don't know. He's sort of like a beefed up, dungy looking beetle. I don't know what to call him. He's a strange character, but he's I mean, very impressive in the ring. You know, by no means would I say that he's lacking in any areas. He's very good at what he does.
Exactly, and I'm very happy that he's here, and for Sage, and this is something that's very important from what I've seen, from Ryan Cavallari throughout history is. Don't let Ryan Cavallari get going too much, because then he'll keep going, and then it's almost impossible for you to, get yourself in a position of offense. So for Sage, he's got to capitalize very early and keep the pressure on Ryan Cavallari. He's got to keep the pressure on until that tank goes empty.
For sure, Cavallari is always to my knowledge from everything I've seen, he's always been one of those steamrollers. If he gets going, you're not going to stop him. You're not going to slow him down. Here, a quick cover by Sage, but he's definitely one of those guys that if he gets going, he's not going to slow down. He's not going to stop.
Exactly, and we're seeing that fresh right now in Cavallari here. Big chop right across the chest, and that'll leave a nice welt. Right across the chest.
And moving him into the corner here, Cavallari is dangerous in every part of the ring. He's going to take advantage of everything that he can use. And not to say that he tries to cheat or uses things that he shouldn't be allowed to use. He's just very good at using everything. Using the ring as almost a tag team partner, going for a little bit of a show-offy pin there. Maybe if he hooked a leg, maybe we might have gotten a 2 count out of it, but I don't think Sage is going to get on that easily.
Exactly, and Sage is, responding very wisely to Ryan Cavallari. He's getting up very quickly after the pinfall attempts, but we got to see more offense from Sage. And Sage now from behind here, quick German suplex with the pin, 1, and only a 1 count though, as Ryan Cavallari was able to kick out. And now Sage again going to the well, another German suplex, 1, and another 1 count.
Yeah, and there's a lot about Sage that I like. I can't state that enough. I can't overstate it. At the beginning of the match, he was the aggressor, and normally that's not. I don't think that's really his thing. He's more passive. He waits for for his opponent to come to him. But oh my gosh, that was
big drop kick to the outside.
Oh, he just fell almost 10 feet straight to the ground.
And that was a long fall too. There was nothing, and we talk about this all the time, but the padding outside is not thick.
You've got maybe an inch of padding there, and then it's straight concrete. That was brutal.
And Sage, somehow able to fight through, the pain that he was in, and get himself back in the offense. But Cavallari turns it around, sending Sage into the ropes, and then big chop block right to the front of the kneecap.
Yeah, and I'd like to see Cavallari capitalize on what might be an injured Sage, going for those legs. Although I'm not seeing much of an injured Sage here pop back up, and he's taking it right back to Cavallari.
And that's what's so unique about some of these. I don't want to say these new generation of wrestlers, but they take some pretty high risk falls, and they get back up. And sometimes I wonder, is it because they just don't realize that they're hurt, or they're just trying to work through the pain?
Yeah, and some of these younger guys, it's sort of that thing that the same thought that goes through your head when you're a teenager. You think you're invincible when you're young. You put your body through a lot, and it's some of the superstars. Even you look at Die Hard, the troubles he's got with his knees and everything. I guarantee that all stems from when he was younger. He didn't really take care of himself. Putting it all out there on the line every night. Work as hard as he can to try to keep his opponent down, and that's what happens.
Exactly, and a 2 count here for Sage, as Sage has taken control of Ryan Cavallari thus far. This late into the match. He's doing amazingly well right now against Ryan Cavallari, and he's giving him everything he's got. And I think that this might be the night for Sage. He might actually pick up a pretty big win tonight.
Yeah, and like I said, this is going to be a big win for whoever picks it up, and I'd be happy seeing either one of these gentlemen win. But
my God!
The catch, the strength of Cavallari, that was impressive.
That was just pure intelligence from Ryan Cavallari. He must have saw it coming and just was able to catch him instead of letting Cavallari pull down. And now he's wrenching this modified, elevated figure 4 type submission here on Sage, and Sage is.
I think you're making up moves tonight, Billings. Are they paying you to make up new names? Is that what's going on?
They might be, and somehow though, yeah, Ryan Cavallari is unable to firmly hold that submission in and allow Sage to get out of it. And now Sage, beautiful standing drop kick there.
Yeah, and as I was saying, this is going to be a huge win for whoever picks it up, and I can't state enough how much of a Sage fan I am, but this is going to be big for whoever wins.
Yeah, did you see that big miss with the knees, and then Cavallari capitalized with that big front chop block to the knee again, and now Cavallari's starting to pick apart the legs of Sage. He's trying to take out the speed that Sage would have. And now Ryan Cavallari here getting on the offense. Ooh, sending Sage to the corner. Big Hurricane Rana. And now we're seeing Ryan Cavallari stomping away, picking apart each and every limb.
Yeah, and this is something that we've seen before out of Cavallari. Both in this ring earlier in this match.
Big DDT there from Ryan Cavallari into the cover here. 1, 2, 3, and that is all she wrote. Ryan Cavallari just completely planted Sage head first, with that jumping DDT, that modified jumping DDT. And it looks like Ryan Cavallari is asking for a microphone here. And Ryan Cavallari he had the microphone and then took the microphone right away from his mouth. Not really sure.
Is there something wrong with it? Do we need to give him a new one? What is there?
No, because now he's
leaving.
Yeah, now he's leaving the ring. So
I don't. All right.
And congratulations to Ryan Cavallari picking up a big win like that.
Huge win, yeah. And I was actually kind of interested to see what he had to say there.
I know. I was looking forward to maybe getting a response of what happened with with his when he came out during Nick Virtue's match. But we're switching gears here. We've got Hanzo Oshihara facing Damian Gamer, and last night Mark Lester challenged Damian Gamer to another matchup. After what happened to him last time on Strike Zone. When he went against Damian Gamer, kind of got steamrolled a little bit, and
a little bit.
So Hanzo, trying to maybe set Damian Gamer on a losing streak, let him realize he's not immortal. But I don't know, Damian Gamer's on a roll right now.
He is, and it's hard to stop somebody that's got the confidence going into a match when they've got the momentum on their side. You can almost feel it when they come down to the ring. It's almost like they know they're going to win. So. Hanzo's got a little bit on his plate here to see if he can pick up a big win against Damian Gamer.
Yeah, exactly. And for Damian Gamer, this is kind of like Damian Gamer's, big opportunity, because when he signed his new contract, he was guaranteed one TPP title opportunity. But then, Die Hard let everybody know that doesn't take effect until at least 60 days after a TPP champion is crowned. So it couldn't happen until at least 2 months after, Reckoning. And
right, and moving forward into that, it's going to be interesting to see, even based on who wins at Reckoning, they might not even still be the title holder when Gamer gets his chance at the title.
Exactly, and so Damian Gamer, Hanzo Oshihara, gonna go one-on-one here. And we're getting ready to, we're actually getting this underway right now, and Gamer not wasting any time, getting right in the face of Hanzo as Hanzo is telling him to bring it on, and big jumping armbar, right from the first few seconds here, and Gamer going to work on the arms very early in this matchup.
Yeah, and I mean, not to overstate the aggressiveness of Gamer, but this is big, picking up some momentum this early in the match. Oshihara is going to have to definitely get something turned around, moving in his direction. This isn't going to be very long at all.
Exactly, and one of the things is, I know I talked before about Hanzo Oshihara being very passive aggressive, letting his opponent do a lot of damage to him, and then starting to use physical maneuvers. But in this in this specific situation, he's got to be aggressive with Damian Gamer, because Damian Gamer is one of those competitors that is extremely aggressive when it comes to competing. He's a competitor. That's what he is. He is a competitor. Oh, big float over castle there from Damian Gamer as Hanzo was telling him to bring it on into the cover here one. And only a very long 1 count for Damian Gamer. As Hanzo is a very resilient man, but he's got to be more aggressive.
Yeah, and like you said, it's not really his style, but there's not points for style in this kind of match, and getting out of the way of that senton is going to be big if he can switch the momentum into his favor or get something going, because he needs to step it up right now.
Exactly, and big clubbing blow to the back, and Hanzo sending Gamer to the outside, right out here in front of us, and as you see, Hanzo's actually looking kind of happy right now as he's fighting Gamer. So maybe he likes the damage that Gamer's trying to do to him, as Hanzo now opening up with the flurry of slaps, followed up by this big corner kick to the back of the head, and Gamer definitely feeling that one.
For sure, and Oshihara moving him to the middle of the ring. I sort of thought he was going to be looking for a pin, but a big couple of kicks to the head.
Now he goes for the cover here. One. And again, only a long 1 count, and I'm interested to see who's gonna win. I'm kind of undecided, and Hanzo there missed with that springboard kick, allowing Gamer to get back onto the offensive side of things.
And yeah, but Oshihara not backing down. He went a big shoulder tackle there. He's not backing down from Gamer, even with the damage he's taken. He's still staying on top of him, trying to do as much as he can. And he, like you said, he's kind of odd. He does like it's like he almost likes the sight of his own blood. He wants to take some damage before.
Ooh, we've seen that. We've seen that before. The flurry of chest chops followed up by that Japanese type arm drag, and then a big miss off the top rope, going for the front flipping senton, and he missed as Gamer now going for the cover here. 1, 2, and almost a 3 count. And I think that front flipping senton, that swanton bomb, I think was the kind of momentum shift that Gamer needed by being able to move out of the way.
For sure, and when you go for something like that, it's go big or go home. But at the same time, if you miss that's going to knock the wind out of you, and that's probably what caused the long 2 count there for Gamer.
Exactly, and now Gamer, there's a second elbow drop, and then Gamer with a third jumping elbow drop, sending his 240-pound frame right into the chest of Hanzo Oshihara into the cover. 2, and only a 2 count for Damian Gamer on Hanzo, and I'm kind of indifferent on who I'd want to win this. I mean, I like Hanzo Oshihara and I like Damian Gamer, so I'm very I don't know who I'd want to see win and who I'd want to see lose. I wish that everybody could win, but unfortunately, it just doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work like that, and yeah, to your point, there is. There's something special about Oshihara. He's fun to watch. He's got a different style. He's very unorthodox, but at the same time, Gamer's got that confidence and that, again, like I said earlier, not to use the same word again, but sort of the swagger of that guy that just walks into the ring, and he's not here to wrestle. He's here to win.
Yeah, exactly. And for Hanzo, like we've been saying, Hanzo is very passive aggressive. He'll take so much damage and then do small amounts of physical harm to his opponents, and then do that really big move, which so happens to be that choke they does. And a big shooting star press from the apron outside to the inside of the ring here. And as you saw, the referee admonishing Hanzo. It looked like he was telling Hanzo he was using the ropes, although he jumped off of the ropes. He didn't use the ropes. He just jumped off of them.
And now got Gamer here on the second rope. Gamer not having any of that, but a big side kick from Hanzo.
And Hanzo now, he wears that glove because he says he has extremely long fingernails underneath there. So then when he does that choke, it's like placing his nails into your throat. And for Hanzo, if Hanzo can get that choke on Gamer, I think he might be able to beat Gamer if he can get that claw type choke.
And what a big win that would be for Oshihara here.
Yeah, that would be a huge win for. I mean, Oshihara was one of my picked favorites for the TPP title tournament, but then after he got eliminated, it's one of those things. And Oshihara is actually looking for. He might be looking for that choke, and here it is. He's got that face choke on.
Oh,
The hand around the throat, and technically they say because he grabs underneath their chin that it's not considered a choke. Although I would personally consider this a choke, but Gamer's struggling. Gamer hasn't tapped out, but he got back to his feet. As you saw, Oshihara getting a little angry there, and now Gamer starting to try to turn this around. And you got to believe if Oshihara would have held it in a little bit longer, Gamer would have been, his number would have been done. And Gamer looking like he's trying to shake out the cobwebs, trying to catch his breath again here.
for sure. And with that big clothesline now following up with the two knee drops to the arm and to the head, whipping him into the corner here. He's right back on the offensive. You can tell that it definitely phased him. He's trying not to let that show to Oshihara too much here. And with a big maybe a hanging stunner off the third rope, that's a big move.
Into the cover here, and 1, 2, and a 2 count for Gamer on Hanzo Oshihara. Now Gamer showing his frustration a little bit. Gamer off the ropes, runs in, big running clothesline there.
Yeah, and now into the cover. This is a 1, 2, long 2, maybe a short 2 count. But Damian Gamer again, definitely going for trying to get back on the offensive. And that's not gonna help.
And Hanzo was able to turn it around. He just threw his arms right into the chest. And if anything will stop somebody's full speed momentum is taking 2 forearms right to the chest. And,
For sure.
and Hanzo here looks like he's pinching, the trap muscle, and that's a perfectly legal submission hold.
For sure, but like you said, with those long nails, maybe it does a little bit more than a normal trap hold would, with cutting into the arm a little bit, shoulder area.
Yeah, exactly. And Gamer went for a cover after that quick trip, but not even a 1 count as Oshihara was able to take out. And Gamer now showing his frustration, stomping away here. He's throwing caution to the wind, just stomping, and Oshihara jumps up with a big front drop kick there, just using all of his weight right into the chest of Damian Gamer, and he does it again there. I like watching Hanzo Oshihara in action. I like seeing what he does, and I think though and we've been trying to stress this entire match, but Hanzo has got to be more aggressive against Damian Gamer, because Gamer might be setting up for and yeah, he's setting up the game over there, and I think for Hanzo it just may be game over.
For sure, and going for the pin here. That's 1, 2,
and 3.
That's all she wrote.
And just like that, Damian Gamer picks up the win. Unfortunately for Hanzo Oshihara, I don't think he was aggressive enough as he was going into this matchup with Damian Gamer. And ladies and gentlemen, we do have to take one more quick commercial break. I do apologize, but we've got to have our sponsors be able to, pay for our electric bill. So we have to take a quick commercial break, and we will be right back.
Hi, I'm Die Hard, the creator of The Power Plant, the CEO, the Chief Executive Officer, and today I want to talk to you about becoming a member of Frontline. Now, a lot of people tend to ask this on various forms of social media, whether it's YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, on Xbox, on PlayStation, wherever. Well, there's one simple solution on how you can do that, and it's a very simple website to learn and to remember. That website is www.tpp2k.com. All you have to do is go there, fill in your information on the application section, and if I feel that you are good enough for Frontline, I will choose you. But more than likely, you can't cut it, because I only want the best of the best, and unfortunately most of you are not the best of the best. So again, if you are interested, go over to the website and do what you got to do, because you know what? It's a lifestyle choice.
And we're back here, ladies and gentlemen, and Rollin Ryder is scheduled for a matchup tonight against one of the number one contenders for the TPP Championship against Adam D. Whitmore. And this is kind of almost like a last-ditch effort for Rowland Ryder to make some kind of impact in the singles division compared to in the tag team division.
Yeah, and maybe picking up a win here against Whitmore, somebody like you said is trying to move into that title picture. This could be a turning point in Ryder's career if he could pick up the win here. Might put him somewhere in that picture.
Exactly, and he's definitely got the card is stacked against him tonight. Though I mean, we've seen Adam D. Whitmore, since the relaunch. He's that gifted wrestler that's been raised his entire life to wrestle, so he knows what he's trying to do, what his plans are, and right now in Adam D. Whitmore's future, he's got the TPP title. That's what's he's got a title match in his future. Just in a couple of weeks, he's got that happening for him. So
he does, and moving into that on the flip side for Whitmore, having the momentum moving into that match, that's huge. I can't stress enough how much the momentum and how moving into a title match, how important it is to have something going for you already. Moving toward that match. If he would lose to Ryder here, that could be a huge detriment going into that title opportunity.
Exactly, and I can only imagine what that would do to his psyche, because you don't want to go into a title match with a low morale, and you definitely don't want to go in with a loss. You don't want to go in on a losing streak. That would be the worst way to go into a title match, if I should say so myself. So.
For sure. I mean, I know you've had lots of title opportunities in your life, Billy, so you know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, my non-existent wrestling career.
It's still possible, I'm telling you. Jump in the ring. I think it'd be fun.
Yeah, we should start a tag team.
I'm in. I think that'd be a great time.
As long as we don't have to go against the chocolate drops. Adam D. Whitmore versus Rowland Ryder. And here we go. Whitmore being very cautious about starting with Ryder there, and Ryder was able to capitalize early here. A beautiful side headlock takedown, and with Adam D. Whitmore, even though he's in the main event title picture already for Reckoning, he still goes into our training facility every day that he's not working a normal match. And he's one of those guys that you always see him there 24/7. I don't understand why, because he's got a beautiful wife and he's got 2 kids, but he's always trying to better himself.
How do you why are you looking at his wife? I don't understand. Are you like trying to creep up on his wife or something?
No,
you just tell him that
he just has a beautiful wife.
Maybe I should tell him that
just like
wife.
Die Hard's wife is beautiful too.
Oh, you're just sucking up to Melinda.
Well, I could say the same. I haven't seen Jordan Moore's lady friend recently, but I'm sure she's beautiful too. So I'm just saying. I'm a journalist. I perceive these things. I watch for these things. If somebody's beautiful, I tell them they're beautiful.
So part of your job is to mention every episode about how beautiful Melinda is. Is that in your contract? It wasn't in mine. That's why I'm asking.
As far as I know, it might be somewhere in section 136, variation B or something. It could be in there. But Adam D. Whitmore here after that double arm cross chop, going for the cover with a 2 count on Rowland Ryder, and now we're seeing Whitmore do what he's really good at, but Ryder's not giving up. And I think he realizes that this is a big matchup for him tonight. He's got to do something. He's got to turn it around. He's got to, if he can, like we were saying, if he can beat Whitmore tonight, maybe sometime in the future it would put him in a good position. He could say, hey, look, I beat the number 1 contender. I should be the number 1 contender, something like that. I mean, I don't think Ryder's ready to be the number 1 contender, but, possibly in the future.
Oh, for sure. I mean, in going for recovery again here, moving into that match, should Ryder pick up the win here? And like you said, I don't know that he's ready for main event picture yet. But should he pick up a win here, and if Whitmore would win that title, who's to say that Ryder shouldn't be number 1 contender? If he just beat the obviously before he won it, but he beat the champion.
Exactly, and I for one am looking forward to seeing Scythe and Adam D. Whitmore, tangle it up at Reckoning. But we still got, like I said, we got a couple of weeks before that happens, and a lot can, change in that time period. I mean, we could see Whitmore completely lose his morale here. I mean, I got to hand it to Roland Ryder tonight. He's doing very well against Adam D. Whitmore. We're up to a 2 count here for Roland Ryder on Whitmore.
Yeah, and I think part of it is moving into this match. I think Whitmore is kind of concerned. Not necessarily about Ryder, but just sort of in general, moving into his title opportunity. If he's not, completely on his game, and that's probably why you do see him in the gym all the time. He is a little bit concerned, and even with his confidence and for lack of a better term, cocky as he is, he obviously does back up everything that he does in the ring. Working on the arm of Ryder, and maybe he can get him to tap out right here. That'd be good to end the match early. I don't know about the longevity necessarily of Ryder's matches, but I'm not sure Whitmore is as strong in the longer matches.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the thing. Like, it's so strange because, like, with Scythe, I know Scythe's history. I know he can have very long matches and still, be able to go. But we don't know with Whitmore, with Ryder. We don't know. We don't know the end result there. And if it comes down to it, like, let's say at Reckoning, Adam D. Whitmore and Scythe, they go 30 minutes. Who's to say after that 30 minutes that Whitmore is going to be able to continuously get back to his feet? We don't know.
For sure, and with the combination of submission moves that we just saw Ryder put Whitmore in, that could be a telltale sign that Whitmore is giving up those opportunities, and a big drop right onto that second rope turnbuckle and a pin off of it.
2 and another 2 count. That turnbuckle, I guess it'd be like a turnbuckle reverse STO, and that did not. Oh Jesus! That uppercut. He may have just knocked Ryder completely out.
Yeah, that could be it.
2 and a 2 count, and somehow Ryder responds with a little miniature uppercut of his own. And now Ryder trying to fire, he's trying to get himself firing on all cylinders here, but you got to believe that first uppercut he received from Whitmore. And wait a second, Whitmore, out of nowhere, the time shift.
Oh, and that could be it right there. Moving him away from the ropes, very smart. And
he was very aggressive with that. 1, 2, 3, and that is all she wrote. Adam D. Whitmore just quickly, up and then down, and
that really came out of nowhere. Usually, when a wrestler's moving in for a finishing maneuver, you can kind of tell when it's coming. That came out of nowhere.
Yeah, and now it looks like Adam D. Whitmore is asking for a microphone. And so this is definitely going to be...
For those of you who don't know who I am Adam D. Whitmore, one of the #1 contenders for the TPP Championship at Reckoning. And I'm very, very happy to be that. I've been wrestling my entire life. I've been training my entire life for an opportunity to do something like this. But unlike Scythe, I don't need to rely on Die Hard to get here. I don't need to rely on having a stable of people to get here. I can do it on my own. So Scythe, I look forward to the beating that I'm going to give you at Reckoning. And there's nothing that you or Die Hard or any of your buddies can do about it, because you are looking at the next TPP champion, Adam D. Whitmore.
And Adam D. Whitmore telling Scythe that his day of reckoning is coming, and it's coming at Reckoning.
And yeah, I mean, even with the match he just had, and I think Ryder did give him a little bit of a run for his money, but very confident, and that's what he needs moving into that title shot.
Exactly, and up next we have the main event. It's a tag team match. I heard announced this last night on Frontline. Backstage when he was talking to Bryson, told Bryson he would be in a tag team match with a former member of TCO, and he said that this former member was a former tag team champion, and that he was a powerhouse. But there's been numerous people that I've seen throughout the years that have been tag team champions and relatively strong that were in TCO. So I'm curious to know, who it's going to be, and we're just a few moments from finding out. But for Atlas and Travis Porter, this is almost like a catch-22 for these guys. You know, because what happens when you beat the boss's boys? You know, what happens if they beat the boss's boys?
Right, you know, you go out of that match thinking, you know, that was a good showing, and it maybe might get you an opportunity at a future title shot. But you know, then you also kind of got to think, you know, well, maybe, you know, it might have been better for me to take the fall. You know, it is the boss, like you said, the boss's boys. I don't know, maybe it was a poor choice to win. As odd as that sounds.
Exactly, because I mean, who's to say that? Like, let's say Atlas, and I'm not saying that Atlas and Travis Porter aren't capable of doing it, but let's say they do win tonight. What would happen? I mean, Dyer could punish them any way he wanted to, and okay, there's Bryson, and holy smokes, that's brick wall.
Brick wall. Oh my gosh, yeah, a great competitor, and back in some tights. That's a new look for him, and like you said, a previous tag team champion, and definitely
a powerhouse. Yeah. I mean, like, I know we talk about, you know, I talk about Bryson being, you know, about 255, 260, you know, standing at 6'5". You know, I was talking about that on Frontline last night, but Brick Wall is, you know, 6'4", 200 and I think 89 pounds. Yeah, somewhere in that area. He's a big boy and he's strong. And he's got a one heck of a right hook.
He could probably bench press both of us.
Yes, I undoubtedly. And as you see, Bryson trying to talk smack to Atlas, knowing that Atlas is, you know, about the same weight as Brick Wall. Atlas is he's taller than Brick Wall, but he's definitely, I don't know if he's stronger than Brick Wall. Brick Wall is pound for pound probably one of the strongest men that has ever been in TP.
Ever, correct. And definitely probably the strongest that's ever been in TCO, you know. You put him pound for pound against James Braden. I think Brick Wall would take every bit of Braden.
Oh yeah,
and then some.
And then, you know, like Landon Miles and myself last night, we were talking about this on Frontline, but when you take into consideration all the people that have came into TCO, and as you see Bryson going for a cover here, not even getting a one count on Atlas, but all the people that have came in through the years that have been trained with Die Hard or trained, you know, or they trained with Die Hard when he was retired compared to when he wasn't retired. And, you know, Bryson was trained by Die Hard after he was retired from the ring, you know, but like during Jordan's match yesterday or last night, we were talking about how he trained with Die Hard right when Die Hard was in the thick of things. You know, Die Hard was still, you know, 10 years younger.
In his prime.
Yeah.
Sure.
He was 10 years younger than what he is now, you know, and Brick Wall was 10 years younger. They were all 10 years younger, so they were so much more hungrier then. And Bryson kind of got the tail end of the Die Hard training compared to, you know, like the training Jordan Moore got, or Brick Wall, and, you know, Brandon Lee, David Gross, or people like that. I mean, so many people that were training together, you know, in the TCO camp, and they all were such a cohesive unit.
For sure, and you can tell the difference in style too. You know, the way that you saw, you know, the way you saw Jordan, the way you saw Brick, the way you saw even Die Hard himself, the way that they act in the ring. And here we get to see our first taste of Brick Wall since he's been back. You know, the way that they act versus, you know, the way you see. The way that you see Bryson, the way that you see even, you know, Jerry Graham, even his own son, two very, very different wrestling styles. You see a little bit more aggressive in the newer generation, I believe, whereas in some of these older guys, you see, you know, the patience, you see the you know, the maturity really come out of them.
Oh yeah, and it's funny that you mentioned Anthony Jr., you know, because I remember when he first came in, I remember we were backstage talking to him, and this was, and for those of you that don't know, this was, you know, many years ago when before Wes Steele was working commentary. But
for sure,
he introduced me to Die Hard's son, and it did not look like Die Hard because, you know, I've always known Die Hard to have very short hair, and Anthony Guerrero Jr., when he first came in, you know, he wasn't bald like his dad. He's not
with the mop on his head.
Yeah, he's not built like his dad. I mean, he's built in a. He's too big to be an adrenaline weight class wrestler, and he's too small to be considered a heavyweight. And it's a shame for Junior, you know, with that being said. But yeah, Junior came in and he was something unique and different, no doubt about that. But
for sure, and you know, that might not be a hindrance. You know, he might be able to move up. He might be able to, you know, put on some weight. I'm sure he's not not done growing yet. He might be able to get into that heavyweight picture eventually, but as it sits right now, it's probably not anytime soon.
And look at Brick Wall. Okay, so Atlas's stats. Okay, Atlas is 285 pounds. We weighed him. I think it was earlier. I think it was Monday or maybe Tuesday. Atlas got weighed. He's 285 pounds. Brick Wall tossed him halfway across the ring like he was 200 pounds. And so when somebody questions if we think that Brick Wall is possibly still the strongest man pound for pound, I'm going to go out on a limb and say yes.
For sure.
And as you saw, I mean, Bryson got in, went for the quick cover, didn't get anything off of it, because Atlas is, a lot big. He's taller than Bryson. And now Travis Porter getting in the ring, though, against Bryson. And I don't want to take anything away from Travis Porter, because he's one hell of a good competitor. This young man is an amazing competitor. He really is. But he's in the Giants world now. Because Bryson, even in this matchup, Bryson is considered a giant. But look at that beautiful tornado DDT from Travis Porter, somehow making it work. He made it work, to his benefit there.
For sure. And like you said, he is a boy amongst men. Again, not to take anything away from him, but he is, he's in a league of his own. If Bryson can get to the corner and get Brick Wall in the match here against Porter, it'll be, I think it'd be bad news for Travis.
Yeah, exactly. It would be a very short night for Travis Porter, and Travis Porter trying to send Bryson to the corner. And look at this, Travis Porter, such speed. He's the epitome of the adrenaline division, using his speed as his biggest weapon. And we've been talking about this all night. Oh, drop kick.
I think that might have been a little bit low. I think the ref needs to pay a little bit more attention, because I think that might hit a little bit lower than was intended.
I even felt that one sitting over here at the commentary table.
Yeah.
I have no compassion for Bryson at all, but even in that, I feel bad for him. I'm sorry, but I feel bad for him. And Atlas ascending the top rope, and Porter's going to help him fly here. The big man, that's a 280-pound shoulder tackle there.
Off the top rope. I can assure you nothing about that feels good.
And Bryson now is kind of being Atlas's personal whipping boy, but Bryson turning it around here, trying to get something. And Atlas using his that was full body contact, chest to chest. Just Atlas was showing Bryson what's up. He's like.
I think Atlas just ate Bryson.
He may have ate him for breakfast, lunch, and dinner there. And again, into the cover here. But I got to hand it to Bryson. He's got the resiliency. I just don't think he's got the ring awareness and ring savvy yet, because he's still really young in his wrestling career. He's 23 years of age, so he's not old yet. He's still really young.
For sure, and you can tell, and maybe going for the pin wasn't the best idea there, but you can tell how badly Brick wants this match.
And look at
It
that.
really is.
He barely got that tag off to Brick Wall, and Brick Wall, big right hand, knocks Atlas down, and then knocks Travis Porter off the apron. And Brick Wall just came in like he was on fire there, and Brick Wall just powering. He's outpowering Atlas.
Brick's not to take anything away from Atlas. Brick is a big man, but I like you said at the beginning of the match, Atlas has the I'm not sure if he's got the weight advantage, but he's definitely got the height advantage. You can see him standing next to each other. He's almost a head taller than Brick is, and Brick is just throwing him around the ring.
Well, see now, and this is a part about Atlas, because Atlas, he's a very cocky type person, because he's got a very impressive physique, but as strong as he is, I think Brick Wall I gotta say Brick Wall is probably the strongest man in this matchup right now.
And look here, a tremendous superplex off the top rope, taking Brick Wall 10, 12 feet away from that turnbuckle. That was I felt that our table just rattled over here.
Yeah, exactly. Now Atlas tagging in Travis Porter, and I know that Atlas and Porter are legitimate tag team partners, and they'd like to work together, but it may have been wiser for Atlas to stay as the legal man.
Yeah, and you could very well be right. And maybe moving into some fast tags back and forth between Atlas and Porter would be good here. But it looks like Porter is trying to stay in this match against Brick, and that's not going to bode well for him.
And now Brick Wall tossing Porter, clear to the other side of the ring, and we've been seeing this all night from Brick Wall. this is what he does. He's a very strong man, and I don't want to say young man anymore because, I mean, it's not that he's not an old man now, but he's not as young as he once was, you know. But
Correct.
he's still stronger. He's just as strong, maybe stronger than what he used to be. And for Travis Porter, he's got to do something. He's got to get Atlas tagged in, because in this situation, Atlas would be the only guy that can go pound for pound with Brick Wall.
And I'm not even sure he could do that. He might be able to stand up and take a couple more punches than Porter would be able to, but you know, going for the long haul, I think that Brick's going to have both of these men beat.
Oh yeah, and so I guess when Die Hard pretty much guaranteed that Bryson would win tonight, as like we were saying when, you know, TCO was coming down to the ring, is it wiser for Atlas and Porter to just take the loss tonight, or do they really, really want to try to get this win? Because if they win, oh, that was close, but Brick Wall too savvy there, able to roll out of the way. But if they do win, you know, Die Hard could punish them by, you know, not allowing them to compete for tag team titles or something of that nature. And Brick Wall going for a very arrogant cover there, and now, you know, Travis Porter getting himself on the offensive, tagging in the big man. And this is what he needs. He needs Atlas in here. Atlas has to try to pick up the pieces here as he sends Brick Wall to the far corner. Ooh, chest first. And that's the first time I saw Brick Wall look like he was staggered, and Atlas showing his strength. That military press followed up by the power slam, hooking the far leg. 1, 2, and Brick Wall got in thinking that Bryson got in thinking that Brick Wall wouldn't be able to kick out there.
Yeah, and like you said, Bryson is young. I will probably always, no matter who he's in the ring with, take Brick Wall to kick out of pretty much anything. You know, a couple exceptions maybe, but for the most part, Brick Wall is he's not going to stay down.
Did you just see that double underhook suplex from Brick Wall? He just lifted Atlas up and then threw him. Like
He just literally launched that man across the ring.
And here we go. And Brick Wall, you know, Brick Wall is a multi-time tag team champion, not just with Die Hard, with Jordan Moore, with so many other members that were, even with David Grosser a couple of times. So, I mean, he's probably one of the most notorious tag team champions throughout TCO's lineage.
For sure, and very adept in the ring, and I think he always knows when it's a good time for him to be in the ring, and when it's a good time for him to move out, catch a breath, you know, make sure he stays fresh. So, you know, maybe to some people watching might not have looked like the best idea to tag Bryson in there, but Brick Wall pretty much knows, you know, what needs to be done when it needs to be done.
Exactly. Brick Wall's one of those guys that you have to have faith in what he does. I mean, and I've been watching Brick Wall wrestle for a very, very long time. You know, I remember watching him when he first won calling his match when he first won the I believe the $1 Million Championship, and now Travis Porter getting into the ring here, big right hand to Bryson, and now he goes, and see the savvy, and see, this is why we were saying, you know, Brick Wall knows. He knows when to hold him and when to fold him. That's Brick Wall's thing. He knows.
For sure. And, you know, Bryson dropping Porter on his face with that belly to back, moving into the corner. You know, I think we've got a little bit of coaching over here from Brick Wall, telling Bryson when he needs to get out of the ring. You know, I think I just heard him call for that tag, but I think Brick Wall is setting up for something big here.
Oh yeah, and wait a second, Brick Wall. We've seen this before. Big right hand.
Ooh.
Thanks for coming, Travis Porter. I'm pretty sure he's completely knocked out.
I don't understand why he didn't give it the pin.
To the ropes here, and oh my God, the driller.
Oh.
That would be why. And Bryson trying to go after Atlas, but Atlas barely budging out of the ring. And wow.
Oh, what a main event.
And Brick Wall now celebrating, which he deserves. And look at Bryson. What is Bryson doing? Oh, Bryson just like thumb
raked the eye.
Oh, big hook to the face, and Bryson is out. Ladies and gentlemen, we are out of time for tonight. Holy wow, I don't know what's going to happen.